Hello and welcome to the Tau update for November, and it's the developer update. So without further ado, I'll pass it over to Karim for his overview for the month.
Hello, Fola, and welcome everyone to the Tau development team update for the month of November 2023. Tomáš has continued his work on the Tau parser. He finished the long-standing issues with negation and end of file. He also enhanced the Tau grammar format and fixed some bugs in it. And then also on the request of some community members, he built the binaries for the Tau parser for the Windows platform so that some of our community members can run Tau on Windows without having to compile it themselves. He also updated the documentation of the Tau parser, keeping it up to date with the latest changes. He also started cooperating closely with David on the core Tau language, where he picked up some to-dos with him. He resolved many compiler warnings for a clean build. He also added new tests and made some changes to the Tau grammar itself. He also updated the CMix scripts. Umar is our parsing guru. He's been thinking about the next steps on the roadmap of the parser of the early parser. In conjunction with Ohad, they've been thinking about new features and optimizations and some design and refactoring of the parser itself, especially around the compromises between garbage collection, memory efficiency, speed of execution, and error reporting during the fourth generation. So designing the next generation of the Tau parser right there. David is our lead developer on the core Tau language, and he's working on several fronts. On the Tau grammar itself, he did a major review with Ohad, step-by-step of all the Tau grammar rules, and Ohad suggested many improvements that he's almost finished implementing. Such as he changed the logical symbols for Boolean algebra symbols. He added conditionals for well-formed formulas, and he simplified the grammar by removing the conditionals for Boolean formulas. He's also redefining the priority of the symbols themselves. On the normalizer front, David added some tests to make sure the normalizer works correctly. He simplified some of the normalizing rule and reordered their execution. He enhanced the execution API as well, and created a new executable that runs only the normalizer from the command line interface to make it easier to test. He's also been working on the rewriting subsystem, which is another major subsystem of the Tau language. He added new methods to the API. He also made some improvements to the debugging framework and added support for Doxygen automatic source code documentation generation. The list actually goes on. I'll let him take you through even more lists. But last but not least, Andrei has been focusing, as you all know, on the integration of LLM with Tau, and he's also been working on the testnet. On the integration front, him and David actually ran into some challenges, as Ohad predicted, and he's actually looking more at controlled natural language translation now with the aid of LLMs as a way of interfacing Tau to LLMs. So that's a challenging and continuing area of research. But on the testnet itself, he's made some progress by aligning the development of the testnet itself with the development of Tau, and we're looking at close integration now between the two in time for the next year's testnet release. And for the same reason, also, he started working on a UI for the wallet for the testnet as well to make that easy for the release. So I'll let the team members give you even more details than that. And back to you, Fola.
All right, fantastic. Thank you, Karim. So let's get into the details. I'll pass it over to Tomáš for his update for the month.
Thank you, Fola, and hello, everyone. So this month I've worked on the parser library, and then I've joined David to work on the Tau language. So regarding parser, I've spent some time in debugging of the parser and issues with end of file and with conjuncted negation. And I've improved the debugging, which helped me to understand both issues, and I've fixed them. So all tests are passing now. Issue with negation was fixed by introducing a transformation of negated conjunctions into new rules, which they do tracking of completed negations. I've also updated documentation for the latest changes and for the information about the TGF tool. I did small changes in the TGF grammar, like I allowed tabulators in comments, and I've done updates to better support the Tau language, including update of CMake scripts to better integrate with other projects. I've also worked on a build for Windows, so now the parser can be built on Windows, and it's still not trivial to set everything up to build it, so I've provided some binaries for community to try. And then I started to work on Tau language to help David. I've resolved all compiler warnings. I've added some new tests. I've done some required changes in the Tau grammar. I also updated CMake scripts to better integrate the parser lib, and I've added an option to regenerate the C++ parser from Tau language TGF. And I've worked on updating the Tau language so it can use the latest version of our parser library. That's all from me this month. Thank you.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much, Tomáš. I'll pass it over to David for his update this month.
Thank you, Fola. Hi, everyone. As Karim said, this month I've been working in several fronts. Regarding the Tau grammar, Ohad has made a review of the whole grammar and have proposed several improvements. Almost all the changes are done. For example, all the logical and Boolean algebra symbols are right now in the final state, which is close to the mathematical notations instead of the previous one, which was easier to, let's say, develop the things. I have also add the conditional symbol for WFF, and it remains to define the priority in the different operators, but we are lucky because we are using the early parser, which is able to parse Boolean grammars, which goes beyond the context-free grammars, and let's say that specifying priority in the operators will be quite easy. Apart from that, I also need to clarify some points regarding equality and inequality in the case of Boolean algebras, but that's not a serious point because everything is working now. It's just a question of tweaking a little bit the code to make it cleaner. Regarding the normalizer, I've been adding quite a few tests to further check the normalizer. I have discovered a couple of bugs. I have fixed them. And also I have been adding several callbacks to optimize the execution of the normalizer, just to speed up a little bit the processing of the different rules. I have also improved the execution API to allow just a simple recursion in the, let's say, in the DSL proposed by the execution API. And regarding the rewriting system, I have extract several common patterns that we have in the code into into a distinguished method, so it's easier to deal with it, and also it makes the code cleaner. And I have made several improvements in the outputs to easy the debugging. Regarding the development infrastructure, I have refactored the building process to split all the kind of tests that we have into different, let's say, sub-projects of CMake to just organize the tests, because we are having quite a bunch of them, and we need to clarify the, let's say, the function of each of the tests. And finally, I have spent quite a bunch of time with the next steps of the DAO development, which are the satisfiability and also the execution. I have started speccing up all the main components, and in the next weeks I will go deeper into that. And that's all for my month. Thank you.
All right, fantastic. Thank you very much, David. And now I'll pass it to Andrei. Cheers.
Hello to our cherished community. As we near the end of another remarkable year, I'm excited to share the latest update and progress. I've been researching for months on integrating large language models with DAO, and our attempt at creating OpenAI GPT bot so informative revealed challenges in its understanding of DAO, despite being equipped with extensive information. This insight has redirected our efforts toward further testing and exploring how LLM can effectively translate natural language into controlled natural language. This is a favorable step in making DAO more user-friendly. Alongside this, as DAO release becomes more imminent, our work on the testnet has ramped up. Our aim is to ensure its readiness aligns with the launch of the DAO, to guarantee a seamless experience for you all. We are also deep in discussions around the technical design of a user-controlled blockchain and the wallet interface, striving to create a platform that is both technologically advanced and easy to use. Our commitment is to match the majority of the testnet development with DAO release. This synchronization is vital for delivering a system that meets your needs and expectations. As this year comes to a close, I extend heartfelt thanks to your support and insights. And I wish everyone a happy holiday season and a happy new year.
All right, fantastic, Andrei. Thank you very much. And to wrap it up, let's pass it over to Ohad for his dev update.
Yes, so continue to work on the two verbal fragment with Professor Paris. If I remember correctly, I said last time that the hard parts are behind us already, and now we code the actual algorithm. So it's not the final algorithm. So during coding, we try to find ways to optimize it. So the algorithm is correct, but we need it to be much faster. So that's where we are at now.
Absolutely amazing. All right, thank you so much to the dev team, and thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on Telegram. Cheers.